Hi Gemini, this is the Oracle Life and my name's Angie, and this is your Gemini April 2015 reading. Okay, so this is one of my new decks that I've just bought. I've bought a couple which you'll see in this video. So I'm just going to quickly shuffle this deck. I've shuffled all the other decks. I've got about 7 other decks sitting to my right, and I'll be taking one card from each of those decks for the Geminis and seeing what other information it can help us with towards the end of the reading. Okay, so I'm going to pick 4 cards from this deck first. That's for the first week, second, third and fourth week. Okay, now I'm going to use my Halloween deck to put one on each week. Okay, so to give me a bit more clarity on each card. So I'll just do that now and shuffle the deck. So this is my Halloween one, which you'll see at Halloween time. But it just helps me to get a little bit of extra, just a bit of extra clarity on each week. Okay. Okay, I've got to take out the Joker one, which would help, wouldn't it? Okay. Here we go. Okay. Oop, there we go. There's the first one. So we've got the first one that's come in, and it came out as the second after it. Okay, so I need 2 more cards to help clarify for the third week of April for Geminis. Okay, there we go. There's one. And the last one. Okay, so here we go. So for the first week we have the Emperor. Now the Emperor is very established. The Emperor is somebody of authority. And we'll have a look at the second card at the same time. And we have Justice. There we go. So in the first week, Geminis, some of you may have to deal with an authority figure in the first week. So that could be a possibility, but we'll check out the rest of the month and see what this could possibly mean. Okay, so Justice and the Emperor. Okay, for the second week, Geminis, we have the Empress. There we go, the Emperor, the Empress. Now she's very established too, and she's very beautiful. Look at that. It's a very beautiful card. The Empress. And the Empress is more of the Earth Goddess, you know, like she's the Earth Mother. So we'll have a look at this second card to give us some clarity. So the King of Ghosts in my Halloween deck the Ghost is Cups. So the King of Cups, which is the Hearts, and the Empress. So you're going to feel a little bit of in love probably with nature in the second week. You're going to have a real love for it, possibly, some of you. Which seems a bit odd, but that's what it looks like to me. The King of... But then again, if you don't just look at the cups, like the love, and you just look at the King represents... The King of Cups is very controlled emotions. So maybe this week some girls, maybe some females, some Gemini females may need to... you know, think like the King of Cups, and be a bit more controlled in their emotions. Even though they're very earthly, the Empress, females, they love nature and stuff, but it's just telling you to be very controlled in your thoughts and in your heart in the second week, which we'll have a look at and see if anything else relates to it. Okay, we have the 8 of Cups. In the third week, it's telling you, see how some of the cups are tipped over, but in the Rider deck, the cups are all upright, and he's all happy, but you know, it's time to move on. You know, he's very happy, but you know, with the things he's achieved, but it's time to move on. So that could be something that happens in the third week for some of you Geminis. And we have the 8 of Bats, which is the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. See how the bats are tying her up in this binding bandages, but she's not hurt. They're just bandages. It's all in her mind. So Maybe in the third week you're feeling like you need to move on from something in the third week, but it's all in your mind. You know, think really carefully before you make your decisions. But then again, you know, you've got the justice in the first week, some of you Geminis. Now, I'm a Gemini and it might not apply to all of us. Okay, but that's telling you to move on. It's time to move on, that you're happy normally, but these cards can change when you got two cards together, which means it's all in your thoughts. Like, you're feeling trapped, but then again, in your mind, you're feeling trapped. So it's not that you're physically feeling trapped. So in your mind, you feel like you just want to get out of there in the third week, even though you can't, you don't. Physically, you don't go anywhere, but mentally, you know, you really just want to get out of the situation that you're in the third week of April, Geminis. But it might not be a bad thing. It just might mean that you might need to move on or not move on, you know. So, but it just might mean it's all in your head that you're thinking about moving on from a situation. Okay. Oh, and in the fourth week we have the Eight of Pentacles. It's pretty cool. And this one is, yeah, the Eight of Pentacles. It's pretty cool, this picture. And that means financially in the fourth week, you might need to look into another course to study further in the job that you've got, to benefit your financial situation a bit further. And we have the Death card. So that's, the Death is a new, like a natural death, like a transformation into something. So it's saying to transform yourself even further with your skills in the fourth week, to do with your finances. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so that should help out a little bit, guys. In the first week, we've got a bit of justice and a bit of, what do you call it, an authority figure. In the second week, you have the King of Cups with, what was it, the Empress. So that's just telling you to, or maybe that you're very happy in the second week, because you're the Empress. You're very, sorry about that. You're very happy out in nature and doing things out in nature, and she's the Empress. She's the nature queen. So that's for those parts of the week, first, second, third, and fourth week. Okay, so we have next. I'm going to do a couple of cards. Okay, first is your romance card, and I've already shuffled the decks. I've shuffled about 4 other decks, and I'm just going to pick a card from the top of the deck. So pay attention to red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So now, even though this is a romance card, it doesn't necessarily mean it's romance. It could relate to your first week with the justice. It's saying pay attention to the red flags leading up to April. You know, something that's there possibly for Geminis. To pay attention to the red flags. So the only area where I see that it's a bit of a, you know, the red flags could be in the third week too, where the signs are that you're being negative, you know, that you want to move on mentally. You're thinking, I just want to get out of here and change my situation. So it could be the first or the third week, but it's saying pay attention to the red flags. Okay, so that's one of them there. Oh, sorry, Gemini's got interrupted there. So your last card was the romance one, and that just said pay attention to the flags, red flags. Your second card, which was from the Mary Queen of Angels, is God, Gemini. And it says, I step out of the way and surrender any need of control in order to make room for God's healing love to flow through me and this situation. So in the first week, like you see, there's justice and the Emperor. So it's like an authority figure, I think. You know, that's what I personally think. I mean, a lot of other people interpret cards different. But, you know, but it's just saying that you've got people helping you in behind the scenes. And to, you know, relax with the situation, because God's going to take care of most of it for you. So just have faith is what it's telling you. Is to have faith. So you've got God. Okay, now I did the Imperial Dragon. It's my, what's it called? Yeah, my Imperial Dragon, I picked one for you. And you have got the Destroyer. So this week, you might need to be a bit more positive, but in a good way. You know, be the Destroyer. Don't let these authority figures stand over you, unless it is to do with legal stuff. You know, obviously you can't do things like that, but you know, if it's personal or something else, but it's justice. Justice can be in a personal way too. Some people take justice into their own hands, so who knows? But there's the Destroyer. So, you know, so that just means destroying any negative feelings too, like in the third week. You know, you might be a bit more negative, like, oh, I've just got to get out of here, you know. So it might be meaning just relax a bit with some of what's going on. Okay, and I picked the last card for you, which is your colour deck, spiritual guidance for the month of April for Geminis, is Coral. Allow flow and synchronicities into your life. Now that's just like the God one over here. That's saying, you know, step out of the way and let us do our thing. So there's going to be synchronicities this month, Gemini. So pay attention and allow it to happen. So you might not see them unless you allow it to happen. Okay, and I pick one more that I pick, and that is from my little angel cards here, which are pretty cool. And they're pretty beautiful to a lot of the ladies out there. They're all purple, yellow, green. You know, it's got fear, harmony, creative potential, divine intervention. So, what I'm going to do is shuffle quickly and see if one pops out for us. So I'll just shuffle behind the camera. So I hope you have a really good month, guys, as I'm shuffling. You know, just take it easy. Some of these things may not happen to all Geminis, so just don't try and stress out too much. Just sort of go with the flow. Know that God's sort of helping you in the background. And, yeah. So we'll pick one card. Okay, so I'm going to pick this card here. Okay, so let's see what it is for Geminis. Protection. You are safe. Do not fear. We are with you always and surround you always with our invisible wings of light. Now that's like saying here with the God one, remember over here, saying that it's okay, you know, don't fear, everything's, you know, God's going to try and help you in the background, or your angels. So there you go, protection. And I think they're beautiful cards. They're pretty nice cards, aren't they? Anyway, guys, that's the end of your reading. Thank you for watching, Gemini. And I'll look forward to doing the reading for you again next month. Bye, Geminis. Have fun this month and take it easy, guys. Bye. It's for me too. I'm a Gemini. Okay. Bye, guys.